Perkele! Hello! I have had this Tokyo Marui AKX over 2 years now, and I thought I would give my thoughts about this toy. Has it been good, and what I would recommend to change when you get this toy. Yes. I really like the recoil a lot better than on MVS. But the cold performance isn't as great as in MVS, but still very good. There's no real issues out of the box. What you want to check is what BB it can lift. For me, it was about only on 0.28 BB, and even that wasn't that far range it could fire. So what I did first was to change the hop up. What I got was the 9 burble bucking with pop tack magic knob. It was great and shoots very far, but it broke quite fast, the pop tack's magic knob, as it's only small plastic piece. Snapped quite easily. Don't know why. I got second one. It also lasts only like couple months and it broke, so I forget about it, because when you have to order it from UK, it costs quite a lot because of the tax. After that broke, I didn't use this as much as MVS or other toys. I use this mostly in CQB arenas where the range wasn't that big of a deal. But now I have a Unicorn 80-degree bucking with 290mm Maple Leaf Crazy Jet barrel, and it shoots great. When I bought the AKX, I don't like the stock that comes with it. It's very ugly. I don't understand why Marui went for this look. It's plastic and feels quite hollow. So what I ordered on mine was Artisan M4 style Picatinny stock, and then using Magpul CTR stock on that with the cheek pad. I like how it will look, how it will make the AKX more beefier looking. Also, I changed the pistol grip to Magpul AK pistol grip. The original is also feels good, but it's hollow and have plasticky sound. It makes it feel quite cheap. So pistol grips, they are not that expensive and easy to install, so I would recommend to do that. The suppressor is 5KU BBS 1 short suppressor version. It's okay, but had to remove the cap because BBs kept hitting on the cap. So I removed the cap and then installed some foam inside so it doesn't sound hollow when firing, and it will make the AKX look quite great in my opinion. Optic is from JJ Airsoft. I don't remember the exact name, the Russian optic. It's okay, but for the price I wouldn't recommend it. it has quite weird reticle inside. It's like a white crosshair. It's weird, but it works for airsoft. Can't really aim pinpoint accuracy with it, but it looks quite awesome in my opinion as a Russian boxy optic. The handguard on AKX is quite nice. The aim lock is good to have, but then the original screws are quite bad. I've had to replace most of them, even had to use some dremeling to get the old ones out as the tip of the screw gets eaten out. What I would have liked, especially when I have to film my games, the cameras will take too much space on the handguard and it's sometimes too hard to find the good position for your hand. Maybe the AKM length would have been better for me for YouTube purposes, but I really like when it's still in short format toy. The goodie point is not anti-rotation goodie point, which is quite shame for the price. It can rotate around, what I mean, your sling can get tangled up, then it's hard to manipulate your sling if it's messy. What I usually use is the Magpul's own QD mount that has the anti-rotation on it, and that works very nicely. At the moment it's on my girlfriend's AK. She stole it. Actually she doesn't even know what it is, but it's there. I would recommend something like that to use than the handguard's goodie mount. Also, it's way too close for the charging handle or when you want to change magazine. When you have sling here, it's too close and it gets on the way. Usually I want to mount it around at the end of the handguards. Then let's go for internals. Last summer there was quite big accident on my AKX. My girlfriend was using this on battle group 25 and there was a heat wave in Finland about 30 Celsius and over, so the pressure was way too high for these parts, and especially this screw. This is I have changed this. The original screw, it broke on this part, and then this whole piece flew off from this position and got stuck inside the trigger box or the body. So what then happened, as I think the pressure was too high, of course it didn't fire anymore, but then the body cracked on this end part about here. I try to get closer look for you, as I'm sure you can see it from this position, but now I'm worried how long this actually can work, but remember to check this screw that it's tight enough and use Loctite if you have that. Otherwise the internal parts are quite okay. There's some normal wear, nothing too much. This part on the bolt got a little chipped away from the accident on battle group, but it doesn't affect anything. It seems like, at least. And nozzle is the same as the original. Some scratches, but working normally. The BB loading arm is little chipped away but doesn't show any more cracking. These days you can get new ones from Federal Concepts, so that's great. When the time comes when I need new one, I'm going to get that. On a Recoil spring I'm using PopTax 115% spring. It's really great. I can do comparison with the original spring and this one, and why I think it's great upgrade and everyone should get one. Here is the original spring. You can see, maybe this way better. It's quite weak, especially when it gets colder. It's very weak, and when you reload the gun upside way, you can see it doesn't even get up. So also that is one of the first things you should replace. Here is the PopTax Recoil spring. You can see it's a lot more snappier, and it really makes the difference. Same. So, as you can see, it goes back up easily. I don't understand why Maru went with the slow recoil spring. That problem is also with the Tokyo Marui Saiga. It just baffles me why these expensive toys are made quite lazily in those parts. So we have to buy upgrades that seems stupid, but they really makes the difference. The stronger spring makes it AK shoot a little faster, and the recoil is maybe a little weaker, but it's not really that noticeable. But you can also get the heavy buffer from PopTax if you want, but then again it will lose power. I have that, I use that some point, but I don't really felt that it was that good with the spring. When you use the original spring and the heavy buffer, yes, the recoil is quite big, but recoil is just recoil. Out of the box, AKX shoots about 1.4 joules, so NPAS is quite needed. First I bought PopTax rocket valves. They are nice, no problems with those. But then again, especially in Finland, we have quite many fields that has different joule limits. Changing the rocket valve every time you go to different fields is quite tedious. So next I looked up, is there any NPASes for AKs, Marui AKs, and first I found was Ipex Airsoft NPAS, and that I have been using now for quite some time, and I like it. I don't see any issues with it. NPAS is good to have, as you can change the joule output through the day, as every day the temperatures will shift around, so it's good to have NPAS so you can change on the fly and get the most out of your weapon. And for ergonomics, I really do like AKs quite a lot more than M4 style weapons, as especially the aiming seems to be much more comfortable with the AKs. Every red dot sights will be little higher than on M4 stocks, and even though you can use silly risers for your optics, but then you have silly looking gun. But with the AKs, the aiming height is more comfortable, at least I think so, and especially if I'm using headphones, it's easier to use AK style weapons with headphones, as those won't hit the stock that much as you're aiming. Head eyes are higher than on M4 style weapons. And also manipulating AKs are more fun for me, especially as left-handed. Tracking the weapon is easy and fast as a left-handed person. AKX also has this interesting feature for mag release. You can with your pistol grip hand press the button on the trigger guard and release the mag that way. I quite rarely use that, as normal AK mag release comes naturally with your thumb when you are taking off the old mag. There is the possibility you can try to rack the mag, doesn't get off that easily. So maybe if you do some cool looking mag change, it could be easier with the pistol grip hand. I have 6 magazines, has been enough for normal games. Even in battle group last year felt like it was enough, but if you shoot automatic then might need more, but usually gas weapons work better when you fire semi-fire anyway, so you don't really need more than 5, I think, but 6 seems to be the sweet spot for any game that you feel comfortable to be in longer games too. But in my experience, you can also keep the PP loader with you and can at least shoot 2 full magazines with the same gas filling. But what I do in any game day, I always refill the magazines that has been used in between the games. I like the Marui thing with the gas filling, that it spews the gas out when it's full, so you can't accidentally anyway to refill to overfill your magazines. For conclusion, I would still recommend this toy or the AKM version. They are the same from internal parts, so doesn't really matter which one you will get, but the AKX just get the benefits from the more present day parts, accessories. You get the top rail and the handguard. Modernized, that's the word, yes. But now when there is AK-74 from VFC, it's quite difficult decision which you will get, which you could get, as the VFC AK is made from steel, but I've held one on my hands and it still felt quite light, and the plastic parts were very cheap to hold, cheap feeling, yeah. So again, that toy needs some upgrades if you want it to feel like a proper weapon. But what I've heard, it shoots incredibly well out of the box. The hop-up is good and everything, so there's hard decisions to do if you are considering to buy this or VFC. Yes. But thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments about this toy, leave a comment down below and we will see you on the next video.